Gotta deal with my stupid voice while I edit. Yeah. Near the end of the movie, Daryl meets Lawerence in the court when he goes out for a smoke. Daryl introduces himself and asks what Laurie is there for. Laurie mentioned he's there as a spectator for his son, but Daryl mistakes this and believes his son is there for a case, asking him, "Do you reckon he'll get off?" After Daryl learns that he's a barrister, he brings up his daughter's achievement in becoming a qualified hairdresser. Laurie seems to entertain the idea that being a hairdresser is in the same vein as being a barrister, but he recognizes Daryl is just a proud father like himself. Laurie dresses very formal, which is expected seeing how all the scenes with Laurie usually take place in court, so formal dress is expected. But compare how Laurie is dressed to how Dennis Donato is dressed. Dennis dresses in baggy suits that look too big for him. His tie is not done properly, his shirts aren't buttoned right. I think he wears the same suit and shirt throughout. I mean, washing machines exist. Laurie dresses very sharp. Buttons done, ties right, he's even got 2 suits. He even sleeps in suits. What is this? This is... What? This is so dumb. 100... I hate this. Since Laurie is a QC, Queen's Counsel, and his son is a barrister, it's fair to say that he values the role of the court in society. He cares about fair justice, seeing as how he offers to come out of retirement to help Daryl and Dennis. He offers to help them because after his conversation with Daryl, he understands that Daryl has no chance to win the case. He helps Daryl have a fair trial that won't crash and burn after opening statements. Oh, I think I taste blood. Laurie being a Queen's Counsel signifies that he's definitely upper class, because a Queen's Counsel is basically the highest honor a lawyer could earn. Daryl describes a Queen's Counsel as...
they're the lawyers rich people use, huh?
Yeah, well, that's probably the most accurate way of describing it.
Laurie being upper class can also be seen in how he talks, both in the courtroom and in general discussion. He makes himself heard and chooses his words depending on who he's speaking to. He doesn't use slang like Daryl does, and his accent isn't as Australian as Daryl's. Laurie is very softly spoken with a somewhat warm voice. He's very articulate, because being a lawyer for so many years it helps to be heard and understood. Compare how Laurie speaks to how Dennis speaks. Dennis stutters, talks under his breath and unconfidently because he is inexperienced compared to Laurie, and he's in way over his head in this case. Going back to Lawerence the lawyer's career, which is a lawyer, by the way, clever, you can tell he believes the law being upheld and fair is important because he's a lawyer. It's a lot of hard work to be a lawyer. You don't become a lawyer if you don't care about the law. But other than the law, he loves his son. You can see this in how he talks about his son, sounding very proud of him for pursuing the law just like him. He even brings him to the party after the case has been won. You can also tell Laurie cares about a lot for his friends. What? You can also tell Laurie cares about his friends a lot. Very quickly he and Daryl become friends, and Laurie does everything he can to help Daryl win the case. You can tell they're friends and that Laurie genuinely cares about Daryl because he shows up to the party after the case and goes fishing with Daryl continuously. Ah, it's hot in here. I forgot to mention this and I don't know how to edit myself into where I wanted it, but a technique used to parallel Dennis and Lawerence is through framing. Frames of Dennis are normally cluttered, everything in the frame is a mess, there's a lot going on, and everything with Laurie is somewhat empty, more calm. It reflects their personalities in the law business because Dennis is a mess, he's cluttered, he's a mess, and Lawerence is just calm, he's much better at being a lawyer. And his son looks like that dude from Ghostbusters, and Dennis looks like Mr. Bean.